Good morning, students. So, we are discussing the chapter Introduction to Euclid's Geometry. Okay, yesterday we discussed the basic concepts related to geometry and Euclid's definitions. We learned Euclid's 7 definitions, and in that 7 definitions, some terms are considered as undefined terms. So, which are those terms? Okay, so we will ask few questions for some students in 1 or 2 minutes. We'll spend 2 minutes for the discussion of yesterday's topic. So now, Vindhya, yes, Vindhya,
हाँ माताजी
Vindhya. So undefined terms. Which are those undefined terms, Vindhya? Undefined terms. Vindhya. Yes, Swati.
हाँ माताजी
Swati. Hello, Swati.
Yes, Mataji.
Undefined terms.
Part, length,
Yes.
breadth,
Then,
point, line,
okay, right. Yes, next, Vaishnavi.
Yes, Mataji.
Which are those undefined terms, Vaishnavi?
Part, length, breadth, surface, line.
Plane.
Mataji, these are plain.
Ah.
These are undefined terms.
Yeah, the undefined terms. Length, breadth, point, part. Okay, so these are called undefined terms. Today, I'll send the notes, okay, after this class. I'll send the notes, what you have to write in your geometry notebook, okay? Yes. See, Euclid's definition. Yesterday we discussed Euclid's 7 definitions, right? So can any 7 members have to give the 7 definitions one by one. So now up to Vaishnavi over, no Swati over. Sushrita, we'll start with Sushrita. Sushrita, which is the first definition? Sushrita, Euclid's definition. First definition. Sushrita. Hello, Sushrita.
Yes, Mataji.
Which is the first definition of Euclid, Sushrita? Yesterday we discussed the Sushrita.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, tell me fast. Shri Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Which is the first one definition?
A point is that which has no part.
Yes, very good. A point is that which has no part. Okay, Shashank, second definition. Shashank.
A line breathless length.
A line is a breadthless length. Line, it has only length, not breadth. That is the second definition. Yes, very good. Next, Rishi. 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 Hello, Rishi. Rishi. Yes, Satvik. Satvik. Hello, Satvik. Rachita Bhatt.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, third one.
The ends of a line are points.
Yes, the ends of a line are points. Next, fourth one. Pranav Hegde.
The straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself.
A straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself. Yes, next, fifth one. Purna Chandra Hegde.
Yes, Mataji.
Fifth one.
A surface is that which has length and breadth only.
Yeah, a surface is that which has length and breadth only. Yes, next one. Purna Chandra Bhatt. Purnachandra Bhatt. Purnachandra.
A plane surface which lies evenly with straight lines on itself.
Yeah, this is seventh one. Okay. So, is a plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with the straight line on itself. This is the seventh one. Which is the sixth one? Karun. Karun.
No, Mataji.
Karun, sixth one.
The edges of a surface are lines.
Yeah, the edges of surface are lines. Very, very important. 7 definitions you have to keep it in your mind. So, total 23 definitions are in the Euclid's book 1. But we have to study only this basic 7 definitions that you have to keep it in mind always. Okay. So, after learning the definitions, Euclid gave some properties. So, he classified the properties into 2 categories. Which are the 2 categories? Danya?
Mataji, postulate and axioms.
Yeah, postulates and axioms. Yes, Diksha, can you define postulates? Diksha, can you define postulates?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Yes, Mataji. Postulates are the assumptions that were specific to geometry.
Yeah, postulates are the assumption that is strictly related to geometry. Assumptions. Assumption word meaning you all know, no? Assumption. Okay, this is our assumption. Euclid's assumption. So that assumption is actually universal truths. Okay, so Euclid's assumption, axioms and postulates are called as Euclid's assumption, but the Euclid's assumptions are called as universal truth. This is not only true for India, it is a universal truth. Okay, so which are strictly for geometry, that branch is called as the postulates. Yes, define axioms, Chinmay. Axioms.
Yes, Mataji.
Axioms.
Axioms, Mataji.
Axioms. Exactly opposite. That postulate. Diksha gave the definition of postulate, no? Same definition.
Mataji, they are given common notions, often called axioms.
Hey,
On the
not that definition. Yesterday we discussed, no?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Chaya. Wait, Chinmay. Chaya. Chaya?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, define axioms, Chaya. Chaya. Hello, Chaya. Chaya?
Mataji. Hello, Mataji.
Chaya.
A statement or proposition which is regarded as being accepted or evenly true, Mataji.
Okay, I'm not getting the perfect answer. Bhumika.
Yes, Mataji.
Bhumika, define axioms, Bhumika.
Axioms are assumptions used throughout mathematics and not specifically linked to geometry.
Yes, very good. Axioms are the assumptions which are related to the general mathematics. General mathematics in the sense we can apply for daily life also, in the science also. Okay. So axioms are the assumptions which are related to general mathematics, not specific to geometry. But postulates are the assumption specific to geometry field only. You can observe after discussing the axioms and postulate. Axioms only for the axioms it is for all branch, okay, but postulates only for the geometry. So today in this class we are going to discuss about the Euclid's axioms. So we will discuss one by one axiom. So let us try to understand the axiom. So now we are going to start the Euclid's axiom. Euclid's axioms are the assumption which are related to general mathematics. So, assumption, Euclid na assumption. So, we will discuss the first axiom now. Look at this, axiom 1. Okay, axiom 1. So, what is this axiom 1? See, first I'll write things which are equal to the same thing, things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. Are equal to one another. Okay, so this is axiom 1. So what is this actually statement? In the beginning, you are not getting the idea of that axiom 1. No? So now when we give the examples for this statement, so you will get the clear picture of this one. Things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. Things, okay, any things which are equal to the same things are equal to one another. For example, I'll give the example for this. A is equal to B. Okay, you just observe A which is equal to B. Then B which is equal to C. Okay, A B equal ಇದೆ. B ಅನ್ನೋದು C equal ಇದೆ. See here, A B equal to B ಅನ್ನೋದು C equal ಅಂದ್ರೆ can we say that this A is equal to C? Yes, A which is equal to, it implies that A is equal to C. See here, A ಅನ್ನೋದು B equal ಇದೆ. ಈ B ಅನ್ನೋದು C equal ಇದೆ. ಈ B A equal ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ A ಮತ್ತೆ C ಒಂದೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಲೇಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, equal ಅಲ್ವಾ? Things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. So generally, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು example ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. So line AB is a line which is equal to CD line. AB E line, this line is equal to CD line. Okay, then this AB line also equal to EF line. Okay, this AB which is equal to CD line and this AB same line which is equal to EF line. See here, this AB line measurement is equal to CD line measurement. This AB line is also equal to EF line. Can we say that this CD also equal to EF? ಈ AB ಅನ್ನೋದು CD ಗೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದೇ AB EF ಗೂ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್ಗಳು ಒಂದು ಸೇಮ್ ಲೈನ್ ಗೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ can we say that CD is equal to EF? Yes, this is actually things which are equal to the same thing. Okay, things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. Best example. So here Chinmay. Okay, I'll take the example of Chinmay. Chinmay's height is equal to Karun's height. 1 second, students. Yeah. See, we are discussing the first axiom, right? Things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. I took the example of Chinmay. No? Chinmay's height equal to Karun's height. Okay, Chinmay's height to Karun's height equal. Next, Purna Chandra's height is also equal to Karun's height. Okay, Chinmay's height and Karun's height both are same. And Purna Chandra's height and Karun's height also same, equal. So now can we give the conclusion that Chinmay's height which is equal to Purna Chandra's height? Yes, no? So this is actually axiom 1. Things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. See these 3 examples. In the first example, see here A is equal to B and here B is equal to C. According to axiom 1, we can say that A is equal to C. And in the second example, AB line measurement which is equal to CD, then AB is also equal to EF. Therefore, this CD which is equal to EF. And third example, Chinmay's height which is equal to Karun's height, then Karun's height is equal to Purna Chandra's height, then Purna Chandra's height. Can we match with the Chinmay's height? Yes, of course. Chinmay height which is equal to Karun's. So both are same. And Karun's height which is equal to Purna Chandra's height, in the sense Chinmay and Purna Chandra also having the same height, no? So things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. Got the idea of the first axiom, no? Yes. We'll go to the second axiom, that is axiom 2. See, in the first axiom, do you have any doubts, friends? If you are having any doubts, see, after the discussion of each axiom, you can ask the question or you can send the questions, okay? See, axiom 1 is clear, I think. Things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. Okay, so you can match, where you can use this axiom, in the sense, in the geometry portion or in daily life also, you can apply this one, especially next year in the 10th standard for the equation wise, first equation and second equation, in that. So same things will available. For example, in the 10th standard you will get this situation in many times. Okay, that is AB which is equal to AC. Call this equation as equation number 1. Then AB that is also equal to DE. Okay, so call this equation as equation number 2. So you will get these type of results. AB which is equal to AC, then AB which is equal to DE. From equation 1 and 2. From equation 1 and 2 we get AB equal to AC and AB equal to DE. See, this AC and DE equal to the same thing AB. Therefore, we can say that AC is equal to DE according to axiom 1. We will write like this in the next year or this year also. Axiom 1. How to use, where to use axiom 1. This is the best example. Is that clear, student? This is about the axiom 1. Yes. Medini? Is it clear, Medini? Second one. If equals are added to equals. If equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. This is the second axiom. If equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. Wholes spelling must be proper. Which spelling we have to take? W-H-O-L-E, whole. Whole in the sense Purti, not the whole, tuta. That is H-O-L-E. Very, very important. Okay. So, if equals are added to equals, the wholes are equals. What is this actually? Equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. For example, I'll take beaker. 2 beakers. In the beaker, total correct 1 liter water is there. Okay, in both the beakers, 1 liter water is there at present. Now they are equal in volume, no? Yes, this beaker is also contains 1 liter and this beaker is also 1 liter water or whatever you can choose, oil or milk, whatever. Okay, now for this beaker, I'll add again 2 liters. Okay, for this beaker is also, okay, it is filled by 2 liter and for this beaker is also it is filled by 2 liter. Now what happens? Then the wholes, what will get actually? This beaker 3 liter and this beaker is also 3 liter. Why? Already beakers in the beginning equal. For that equal beakers, if we add the equal portion, okay, equal volume of water, then the wholes are equal, no? After the completion of water, the wholes are equal, no? If equals are added to equals, then wholes are equal. So, I'll take one more example for that. If equals are added to equals, wholes are equal. For example, I'll take AB 2 centimeter lines. Okay, next here I'll take CD that is also 2 centimeter. Okay, AB measurement 2 centimeter, CD measurement 2 centimeter. Now both are equal now. Both AB and CD are equal. For this equal measurement, I'll add extra 1 centimeter. Okay, so I'll add extra 1 centimeter. AB, here I'll give the name. Here I'll add 1 centimeter. For D, from D point also, I'll take 1 centimeter extra. That is F I'll name. Okay, so for this equal line segment, so we have to add, okay, 1 centimeter and 1 centimeter. For the equal portion, again we added equal. Okay, that is called as, if equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. Now AE which is equal to CF now. Okay, AE which is equal to CF, because already in the beginning also lines are equal. For that equal lines, again we extended through the equal portion only, and the now obtained line is also equal. Okay, so this is equals are added to equals, then wholes are equal. So for example, so in this hand you are having 5 chocolates, and here also 5 chocolates in the left hand side and the right hand side. 5 chocolates. Now both are equal, no? Okay. So for this also we will add, for the LHS part also we will add 2 more extra chocolates, and for the RHS parts also we will add 2 more extra chocolates. If equals are added to equals, then wholes are equal, no? Equal ಗೆ equal proportion ನ add ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ನೋ? ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಹೇಳೋದು ಬೇಡ. ನಾವು ಆರ್ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್? ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ರಾಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಹೋಲ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ? ಸೊ ಬರೋಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಲ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್. ಇನ್ ದ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ನೋ ಇನ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ why Euclid's axioms are called as universal truths. See, these are the such a type of statements, so we'll accept without any questions because it is true. Yes, of course, things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. Yes, of course, right, it is. And the second one, if equals are added to equals, then wholes are equal. Yes, of course, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. So this is about the second axiom. Is that clear, students? Yes. Which is the third one? Okay, we'll ask the question. Manish, hello Manish. No. Nandan, any confusion?
Mataji?
Confusion? Axiom 1 and axiom 2?
No, Mataji.
Confusion. Clear now? Okay. Can we discuss axiom 3 now? Yeah, we'll discuss axiom 3 now. Okay, axiom 3. Axiom 3 is exactly opposite of axiom 2. If equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal in the second axiom. In the third axiom, if equals are subtracted from equals, then remainders are equal. Yes, no? If equals we have in LHS part and RHS part. If we subtract equals part from the equal part, then what is the remaining part? Remainder is also equal, no? So I have 5 chocolates in the left hand side and 5 chocolates in the right hand side. If Medini come and took, okay, so 3 chocolates from each side, then what is the remainder? 2 here, 2 here. That is also equal now. Right now, Medini, you want chocolate now? Yes. If equals are subtracted, if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. Okay, if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. For this also, I'll take one AB measurement, that is 5 centimeter. Okay, that is equal to CD measurement. So that is also 5 centimeter line segment. So AB 5 centimeter line segment and CD 5 centimeter line segment. Now they are equal. So from this equal part, if we remove 2 centimeter, okay, so we'll subtract 2 centimeter from this line and we'll subtract 2 centimeter from this line. So then what we'll get actually? So after the subtraction, we'll get the measurement of this line segment as, so after the subtraction, we'll get the line segment as 3 centimeter and here also 3 centimeter. CD is equal to 3 centimeter. After the removal of the same measurement in both the equal part, the remainder also equal na AB, which is equal to CD. So this is about the third axiom, students. So if equals are subtracted from equals, then remainders are equal. So now you got the idea of axiom 1, axiom 2, axiom 3. Got the clear picture of the axiom 3 axioms now. So is there any doubt? Pranav? Yes, Pranav?
Mataji.
Do you have any doubts?
No, Mataji.
Yes. Next to Purna Chandra.
Yes, Mataji.
Do you have any doubts?
No.
Bhumika.
Mataji.
Do you have any doubts?
No doubts, Mataji.
Okay. Can we continue with the fourth axiom?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Axiom 4. Axiom 4. To understand the axiom 4, I took these notebooks. Okay. Are you observing these two notebooks? Okay. So, fourth axiom is things which coincide with one another. Things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. What is that coincide? Coincide in the sense, here I took two notebooks right now. So you just observe. I am going to coincide these notebooks. Coincide in the sense, so we have to keep one notebook on the another. So now you just observe. Are you observing any extra part of the second notebook? Now it look like single object, no? Are you observing, students? So in the beginning, I took two notebook. After the coincide condition, so you are able to see only one notebook. Why? So another notebook is coincide with this first notebook. So when this coincide condition happens, only when the two notebooks are equal. Now I'll take, so this one. Now I'll take these two objects. See here. Now we will overlap this one. We'll keep this one. Like this. Can we say that this is a coincide condition, student? So now you are able to see this notebook also. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ನೋಟ್ಬುಕ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮುಂದೆ ಒಂದು 10th standard in a textbook ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So can we call this condition as coincide condition? No, it's just overlapping. When we overlap like this, if it forms a single object, then we call this as a coincide condition. Now these two objects are not equal. So these two objects are not equal. So therefore we cannot say that this condition is coincide condition. So if the meetings ends, students join with the same link fast. Okay. Yes. See now you can observe these two objects are not equal. So therefore this is not a coincide condition. So but you can observe that these two objects are equal. Okay. So these two notebooks are of the same shape and same size. So and when we overlap these two notebooks like this, so we get a single notebook in the front view. Okay na nimge ee kada side bandavರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ನೋಟ್ಬುಕ್ ನಾನು ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹೀಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ನೋಟ್ಬುಕ್ಕಿನ ಯಾವ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದ ಕೋಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕೋಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಒನ್ ಅನದರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಒನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಆ ಎರಡು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಕೋಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ A4 ಶೀಟ್. A4 ಶೀಟ್ ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು A4 ಶೀಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕೋಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಸೇಮ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಪಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಫೋಟೋಸ್, ಸ್ಟಾಂಪ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಫೋಟೋಸ್, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಹೀಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದೇ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಕಂಡಂಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಕೋಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಕೋಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಒನ್ ಅನದರ್. ಸೊ ಗಾಟ್ ದ ಐಡಿಯಾ, ನೋ? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ is actually when we have to locate, see, we have to overlap these two notebook. So if the notebook, okay, so it forms a single object. So for the, it look like single object, no? So this is called as coincide condition. For the coincide condition, so it must be balanced that the two notebooks are equal, or two, whatever you are taking, the two things, no, that are equals, then only coincide condition happens. Okay, so things things which are coincide with one another are equal to one another. One another. Or things which are coincide with the same thing are equal to one another. Will change. Things which are coincide with same thing okay are equal to one another. Or things which are coincide with each other are equal to one another. That type also you can write the fourth axiom. See, axiom 1, axiom 2, axiom 3, axiom 4. So do you have any confusion, students? Axiom 1, axiom 2, axiom 3 and axiom 4. So first one is things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. Second one is if equals are added to equals, then wholes are equal. Third one is if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. So then fourth one, things which are coincide each other, then the things are equal to one another. So this is about the 4 axioms. So if you want, you can open your textbook. In that you will get the axioms list. Okay, total 7 axioms are given in your textbook. Euclid's 7 axioms we are going to study. In that 4 discussion is over. Okay, so now I think meetings will end. So you join with the same link. We'll discuss with the 3 last axioms. Then we'll end the class. Tomorrow in tomorrow's class we'll discuss about the postulates. Okay, one day axioms, one day postulates. Actually we can discuss axioms and postulates in one day only, but it is little bit confusing, no? One day we have to give the gap for to actually understand the axioms and postulates. Okay, yes. Okay, join with the same link, students.